Hello, folks, and hey, Bear. Good to be here. As always, I'm Brian Bates, along with my co-host, Aaron Weber.
Hello.
And Dusty Slay.
All right.
We're excited to be here. Nate's shooting a movie. It's very exciting.
Shooting a major movie.
Major movie.
The cast just got leaked.
Yeah.
I don't know about leaked, but
yeah,
it's
not
out
leaked.
there now.
It was announced, yeah. And it's crazy lineup. Mandy Moore, Colin Jost, Will Forte, Kamel.
Yeah.
Yeah. More to come, I guess. Nate's still doing shows on the weekends.
Yeah.
I see. They were all over the country. So I don't think he has a day off for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But
who gets into comedy to do that to themselves? I got into comedy to work the least possible. It's like, if I can make money by barely working, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. I think Nate's making money, though.
he is. You should call your next special The Barely Working Man.
Yeah, no,
hardly working.
He is. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yeah, I mean, he's already done it. And it's wow. It's so hard. It's just work. He's just work.
You got to strike while the iron's hot, you know?
Yeah, but how much do you need to strike? That's what I always ask myself.
How many yachts can you water ski
how
behind?
Strike it? I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, I admire it. I get it, but I'm saying that's not in me.
I agree, Dusty.
That's not in me.
I mean, I thought about doing a major motion picture myself, but I'm like, nah, it's just too much work.
Yeah.
I was going to do a big arena tour, but why the hassle, right?
I don't want to have to move my funny
Well,
bone
the
dates,
arena tour is just shows.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, obviously very good.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's what we love.
That's stand-up.
That's the part we love.
Your special is called Working Man, and now you're saying how you don't want to work.
It's about, you know, how hard I used to work at other jobs I had before comedy. At the beginning of the special, I'm like, this is the best job I've ever had.
Yeah.
Former working.
And I'll quit this one if I find a better one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I say at the beginning of that special.
Okay.
I make no secret about how I work hard at trying to not work that hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's your hand washing. I was about to say, you even say it would be easier just to do it, but hand washing, you said you go out of your way to make people think you wash your hands. You should have just washed your hands.
Well, you don't want, you just don't want the people seeing you not wash your hands and then, start talking about you and pointing. But I am at a place now where I don't care about that anymore. The airport in Nashville, especially. If I got to do anything other than peeing in there, I wash my hands, obviously. But there's no hand towels.
Yep.
And the hand dryers are the weakest hand dryers I've ever seen.
That is frustrating. And I don't know if I've ever seen a hand dryer that I thought got the job done the way I'd like it to.
But that one at the Nashville airport is
especially bad.
One of the worst.
Are they where you
No, it's now you got like a sink with 3.
Oh, yeah.
So
dude.
one
I always
is the
choose
water.
the wrong one. And
Yeah.
I always think that's the water, and then it starts blowing air.
One's the soap, one's the water, one's the air.
Pathetic.
It's so I've stood there for a really long time and then still have to wipe my hands on my pants. And I'm like, I don't want to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
If you want me to have cleaner hands at the Nashville airport, you got to get some hand towels.
I agree.
I totally agree. Sometimes if I'm on the fence about it, if they don't have hand towels, I'm like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Or just give it one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of flick it at the mirror.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But, I have the Admiral's Lounge for American Airlines. Right?
Whoa.
Which is something you can earn.
Admiral's Lounge.
You can earn by flying a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Southwest doesn't have one.
No, we have a smoking room.
Yeah, I go to the smoking room now.
That's the Southwest
Yeah.
Lounge.
And then the smoking room's real bad, though.
Yeah, it's awful.
I always want to enjoy it, but I'm like, oh.
It's like a break room at the DMV.
Yeah. It's
like depressing. They can't even get work done because there's smoke so heavy.
No, the Wi-Fi's not good. The plugs don't work.
People just look sad. Yeah, it's not good.
But, in the Admiral's Lounge bathroom, they have hand towels. And I had that thought.
That's
you really
nice.
gotta be upper class to get some hand towels.
They have a
around.
bathroom attendant in there too?
No. Thank goodness.
Okay. You don't like that?
No, I can't stand somebody that's always in the bathroom with me.
Yeah, it's probably tough for them too.
Yeah.
It's just a lose-lose.
I hate when people are even cleaning the bathroom. It's like, I know it's got to be done, but when you're shutting down the whole thing to clean, it's like, let's go one at a time here. I understand. You don't want to be cleaning one stall and somebody's blowing up the other.
Yeah,
I totally get it.
Right.
But I just got to pee. I just want to pop in there real quick and pee. That's all I got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to pop in there real quick.
Pop in there.
But I got to pee real bad. And you put me in a spot now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go sit back down, come back and check it in 5 seconds. Go, still closed. Meanwhile, it's like an older lady cleaning it. It's like,
I know.
Let's have dudes clean the men's restroom. That way I can just get in there with him.
Get in the stall with him?
Not the stall, but the bathroom.
Okay.
You know, I can.
Okay.
You think he appreciates it more than she does?
Well, I think it's inappropriate if it's a lady.
I get it. It
You
feels
mind if I
different.
just pee in here while you're cleaning these urinals? But if it's a guy, you're
I thought you were talking about blowing up the stall.
I'm not really a blow it up kind of guy. That's not really what I do.
That's good.
Yeah.
But I don't think being a blow it up guy's a choice.
Maybe not.
It's not like, that's what I do. I just blow it up everywhere I go.
That's my thing.
It happens to you, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes life happens and you're like, this is happening.
It happened to you at a coffee shop in Portland, Maine.
Yeah, no, I've done it. But overall, I mean, I feel like there are guys.
I don't think guys wake up and go, you know what I'm doing today? I'm going to destroy some
But
public
it
bathrooms.
feels like they do destroy it over and over again.
How do you know it's the same guy?
I don't know. It just feels like if you're a blow it up guy,
It's
a
your
blow
eating
it up
habits.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't go to the same place that I went. Last time I was in Portland, Maine, I went to 2 restaurants. And then on a Saturday, I almost had a real incident out on the street. That never happens to me.
Right.
But so I went back to one of those places in the same order that I would have done it the last time. And I didn't, because I had some kimchi, which has a lot of probiotics in it.
Right.
And I had kimchi again. I was just kind of testing it, and nothing happened.
Okay.
But I didn't go back to the other place. And I don't want to say the other place. I probably said it before, but I don't want to say it. I think it's very popular. A lot of people go there. They do recommend it.
Arby's.
And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the way it tasted. But later.
You paid for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or a coffee shop there paid for it. And typically I buy something. If I go in and use your bathroom,
You got to.
I will.
They got to shut that one down.
But that day I was like, I'm a little embarrassed here. I'm just going to go ahead and get out of here.
You know how many times I walk into somewhere? What's the cheapest thing on your menu? Give me one of those to go. I'll see you in a few minutes.
I think that they should have public restrooms. I think we should put them in all cities that you have to pay for. Public restroom, you can scan your card. You can get, and I think we could have, you could have free one, and it doesn't get cleaned very often.
Okay.
You have the $1 one that gets cleaned pretty regular. And then you could have a $5 one with a little room to move.
Let me tell you something. There's times, I mean, if there was something in the $50 range, I would consider that.
But can you imagine though, downtown Broadway?
Keep the change. Here's 100.
Downtown Broadway, you got a free, $1 and a $5 one.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get caught holding the door for someone else and them not paying $50 ticket.
Okay. Who's policing this?
I mean,
We're going to have
You don't like a
somebody.
bathroom attendant. You want a police officer in the bathroom at all
I
times.
want outside of it.
Okay.
To
just
make
right
sure
outside.
because like, hey guys, it's like you would like to believe
Yep.
that we live in the kind of country where you could have some sort of honor system to where it's like, hey, we're providing a service for you here. It's not very expensive, just pay it. But people would just hold it for each
That's
other.
not going to happen.
And then now we don't have the money to clean it.
Mm-hmm. I think you got to put a credit card in. It'll hold like a deposit,
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
And if you let somebody else in, it charges you. Maybe it's motion.
Or maybe you get like a library card, but for the bathroom, like a bathroom card.
A punch card.
Yeah.
But then that's extra steps where it's like
10
in
times.
a tight, you might not be subscribed.
Well, you got to think, you got to get ready. It's like pre-check. You got to get it, and then you have access to it.
But I feel like the moment you realize you need that, you're already in a spot.
Well, you got to get it ahead of time,
I think it's just like a Netflix subscription. If your friend wants to do it, let them do it.
Wow.
There's not going to be a long line all the time where next person holds it. But if you're with a friend,
Yeah.
They got to
share.
pay.
There was one time in Atlanta, I was walking around, what's that, 5 Points, I think the area is called, where there's a lot going on. And
little
something
5 points.
it just jumped up and hit me. I was like, something's about to happen right
Yeah.
now. So I start frantically looking for a place. And I walked into I tried to tell the story on stage at one point. I walked into a tattoo parlor. And I was like, can I please use the bathroom? And the guy goes, it's for customers only. And it was
show it to us.
It was so bad. It was so bad. I was like,
where's it? Your back?
I considered getting a tattoo just to use the bathroom. Like, you can get me on the way out.
Just you got a little heart on your ankle?
Yeah. I almost like, what's the smallest tattoo I can get? A little freckle?
Yeah.
Give me a little freckle and it'll be worth it.
Wow. What'd you do?
They just let me. They could see it in my eyes that I needed it, and they let me in there. So if I do ever get a tattoo, I never will. But if I ever do, that's where I'm going.
That's the hard part too, though, because when you can see somebody really needs it and it's for a number 2, you're like, you're about to mess up my bathroom.
Right.
Literally.
If it's a P, you're like, it's okay.
A P, there are ways to handle it. You know, you can get creative. You can walk behind somewhere.
I got a joke I've been working on now about the airport bathrooms, not the hand washing bit I just did, but the airport. I don't want to do it, but it's like, it's just, there's so many, like having to use the bathroom is like, it's so weird when you're in a city. Now I understand they got all these homeless situations going on, so they can't have wide open bathrooms. But when you're in a city,
wide open bathroom,
and they're just like
a fountain in the middle of the courtyard.
They're just not letting you use the bathroom anywhere. It's we all have to do this.
You need a code.
Yeah, we all have to do this.
Yeah. Have you seen the Progressive commercial where the guy, he's like, the code for the bathrooms 742 whatever?
No.
It's the one of the ones where it can't make you become more like your parent or whatever it is that they say.
Okay.
And it's the guy.
I like those.
He's pumping gas and, hey, the code for the bathroom. And, it's supposed to make fun of him. Like, it's like your dad. But I would love that.
That guy's a hero.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, those commercials, I do find them funny, but it's also like encouraging people to not be friendly with other people. Because the older folks are the friendly, small talking ones. But they're like, hey, don't do this. Don't try to help other people or we'll make fun of you.
I was on since we're sharing bathroom stories.
Yeah.
Flight to Japan.
Oh, boy.
And something hit me. And it was one of those big jumbo jets. And there's 2 bathrooms in the back, like one down each aisle. It was one of those 2-aisle ones. And I went to one. And I was in there, so people kept knocking on the door. Oh, and when I finally came out, the line was halfway up the aisle. It was almost to first class, just the line of little Asian people waiting to use the bathroom.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And they're all like disgusting Americans.
Yeah. And they were right.
Eating their Burger King and McDonald's.
They were right. They were correct.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun talk.
Well, I was in the airport this weekend and I walked past the bookstore and I saw on the bestseller, they had a little bestseller shelf, Big Dumb Eyes, Nate's book, number one New York Times bestseller.
Wow, look at that.
Look at that.
Big time.
The guy's got the Midas touch.
I think he's going to make it.
I think he's going to do all right.
Thanks for bringing that up, Aaron.
That was a good segue.
That was a great segue. Thanks. The Breadwinner. Nate's filming this week. Already mentioned that. Mentioned he had sold out shows this week in Missouri, Arkansas, and Colorado. A couple of them outdoors, right?
If people just tuned into this podcast right now, never watched any episode, they would just think that this is a Nate fan podcast. We're just huge fans. We're like, he's got a movie. He's got a book. He's selling out all his shows.
Welcome, everybody. Trey Kennedy, Correct Opinions with Trey Kennedy is now a part of the Nateland Podcast Network. We appreciate that, dude. You're helping us.
No, man.
We're bringing you down.
Yeah.
My whole family's relying on you carrying this, Nateland, because you better, I swear to you, Trey, this better be unbelievable.
All right. Well, I hope it is. And
it is. I know.
I'm honored, man. I'm really, really excited. I've been doing this podcast for years, and it's grown and it's changed, and this is like definitely the next great step for me and for us. So I'm really pumped.
I've been a fan for a long time, and I know you do this podcast. You have Jake Triplett and your wife,
my wife Katie. Yep. So we got the crew here.
Your wife she was a scientist.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, she breastfeeds. I feel like that's got to be something.
That is science.
She thinks she's better than us, but that's okay.
That's yeah.
She's kind of like our Brian. She's a great, nice person, kind of keeping us on track. But people love how she shuts me down.
Well, it's good that that's anybody that could is her.
Oh, it's brutal too. I don't know if you run jokes by your wife ever or something, and she'll be like, "That's just not funny at all," and I'll be like, I want you to just say you like it.
It's because they don't get it. Dude, what
do you know? Why don't I even ask you? What do you do all day? But
So with your podcast, Yarges, is it? What are you talking about on it? Like
correct opinions. So I was born out of I like to think I have all the right takes. So we got my co-host Jake.
You're that age that probably.
Right. It was very correct opinions, and now it's like, well, maybe I'm not that correct, but now I'm almost coming. It's great, man. We do it, every week. It's good, clean. I totally get what you and you guys are trying to do. So I'm really pumped to be a part.
Well, dude, we're pumped. I'm honestly pumped to have you, and it's it's not easy to find funny people that can fit in this world. And so to get one and you willing to come help us and be a part of this network is we appreciate it, man.
Well, thank you so much, Nate. I really truly so excited, and I agree. I mean, I obviously look up to you and all your crew. I've known Aaron for years, and Dustin I met a while back. You guys are just great guys and hilarious, and glad to be a part, man. Let's do it.
Yeah. Awesome, brother. All right. Well, everybody check out Correct Opinions. It's here. It's very fun. It's with Jake Triplett and Katie Kennedy. Check it out. Y'all have done 297 episodes starting in 2019. So you're in a groove. That's what's even great.
In a groove.
Oh, that's great. We will be highlighting Correct Opinions each week on Nateland YouTube channel. Go and listen wherever you enjoy your podcast. Trey, glad to have you, buddy. We'll see you soon, man.
Perfect. Thanks again, man.
Well, if you're tuning in, that's what's okay. Greg Warren's brand new hour special, The Champ, is out.
Yes, sir.
Everyone's loving it. It's getting doing great so far. I talked to Greg on the way here, and he said to thank to everyone who's watched it. If you haven't, please go watch it. It's great.
Big time.
Yeah. Aaron's got a special that's pushing 500.
Yes, sir. We're getting there.
All right.
Go check it out. We got some good content on the Nateland YouTube.
Yep. Nick Thune, Steve Rogers.
I've not watched Greg Warren's yet. You guys watched it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Greg is so funny. I've not watched. I've seen that clip, the fishing clip. He's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. June 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, we're back for season 3 of Nateland Presents The Showcase. Tickets are on sale now if you want to be part of the taping right here at the lab at Zany's. Nateland merch is dropped. Go to natebargatze.com for that. And if you're coming out to a show, come find us at the merch table. Oh, I guess
it's designs we came up with for our favorite comedian, Nate.
All right. So let's get into this weekend.
But imagine, though, you never watch the podcast. You click on it today. It's just 3 guys, and you read Nateland News. You would be like, oh, they're big fans.
Well, I am. So
yeah, I'm a fan too. I get it. But, Dusty Slay here. Now, let me tell you, before I found Brunt boots, I had these old work boots that felt like I was wearing 2 cinder blocks on my feet. By the end of the day, I'd take them off and my feet would be killing me. But then I slipped on a pair of Brunts, and man, it was like my feet checked into a 5-star hotel. Right out of the box, no break-in needed. I was amazed at how comfortable they were from the get-go. Not only are they comfy, but they're tough as nails, waterproof, slip and oil resistant, heat resistant, and electrical hazard rated. Whether you're on a muddy farm or an oily workshop floor, these boots got you covered. I got the Marin boot, and let me tell you, it checks every box. Lightweight, durable, and built for the toughest job sites. Brian got the man. He's loving those.
Oh, man, I love them.
So if you're looking for something a bit different, the Omen's boots got all the same great features. Over 500,000 folks have joined the Brunt family, and with their risk-free trial and free shipping, you've got nothing to lose. So go ahead, treat your feet to the comfort they deserve. Brunt didn't just make a durable work boot, they reinvented comfort for the hardest workers out there. For a limited time, our listeners get $10 off at Brunt by using code NATE at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com and use code NATE, and you're all set. Even better, Brunt lets you try all their products on the job risk-free after you purchase. They will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you.
Let's get into this weekend. I had, how some weekends nothing goes right. Most weekends for me, but
wait.
I mean, just like there's just one problem after another.
Yes.
This was the perfect weekend where, everything's hitting. I get to the airport. I look up on the board and the status for my flight. I'm like, oh no, it's delayed. It's early. I didn't even know that was possible.
Whoa.
Scheduled for 7:30. Now it says departing at 7:25, which I'd be annoyed about if I was late for my plane.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you can do that. We leave early. I get to the airport, walk up to the luggage thing right when my bags are coming in. Didn't even have to wait.
That's one of the best feelings.
Walk out to my Uber. Don't even have to wait. Time it perfectly. I'm nailing it.
Wow.
My hotel, I called the day before, see I get early check-in. They said they would try. Usually they don't.
Right.
I get there at 10:30 in the morning. They got me a hotel room.
10:30.
I'm killing it.
It's coming up all Brian so far.
Coming up all Brian in Salt Lake City. Met a friend for lunch. The weather's beautiful. The shows were great. Sold out Saturday night.
All right.
Sir. I know this because I bought the last ticket.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's the move, dude. Yeah.
Well, you know how you go online to see if you can buy the maximum amount of tickets and you hope you can't?
Right.
So it's 15 was the maximum allowed. When I went to bed the night before, it said only 13 tickets remaining. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
I get up the next morning, 5 tickets remaining.
Wow.
I'm like, it's going to be sold out by lunchtime.
Yeah.
I check at lunchtime, 7 tickets remaining. 2 people returned theirs apparently.
Wow.
So then I'm checking. It gets to 1 by early afternoon, 1 ticket left. I'm like, boom. And then I keep checking because I wanted to say sold out. Now it's 5:30. The show's at 7. I get a small bonus, by the way, if I have a sellout.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm buying this last ticket.
You got to.
I went online. It was a little too high, if you ask me, but for
your own prices.
Yeah. Not a fan.
Golly, this is expensive.
Yeah. But I bought my last ticket just so it could say sold out.
And then it did on the website and
Yep,
everything?
it immediately said it.
And you did get the bonus.
I did get the bonus.
Because if you go through all that and then they go, oh no, sometimes the website says sold out.
And I think Keith, who we all know, would have given me the bonus
Probably.
even if there was just 1 ticket left.
Yeah.
But it was just 1. And I immediately sent the screenshot to Nate and said, hey man, I'm trying to push people to your show to try to help you out.
I worked with a comic once who
That was a joke, by the way.
bought over 50 tickets of their own show.
We know you don't talk to Nate.
I know.
Just wasn't funny. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
At a theater, they bought like 50 tickets to hit their bonus.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then they ended up fighting with the manager of the theater.
How big was the theater?
I'd say close to 1,000.
Okay.
1,000 seats.
I could see if it was like a 250 seat theater.
And you bought.
Wouldn't be smart for him or the theater, but yeah, I think that's a good move.
But I think they just did the math and were like,
yeah,
this makes sense. I'll just buy 50 tickets, hit the bonus, and then I'll end up in the black.
Yeah.
One ticket is hard. You're saying you keep looking at it, but it's like you're counting on one person going, oh, I hope I can go see this show.
But that's
that's my audience.
Single tickets.
Yeah. Mike Terry came by himself.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Turns out he is the same guy that's on the Opry. He just flies back and forth.
Yeah.
No.
Did he bring that up, though?
Yeah, he did. He's like, I'm the Mike Terry that, I'm not the guy on the Opry.
Mm-hmm. But does he know Mike Terry, I wonder?
Just from us talking about it every
Mike
time.
Terry, he does on SiriusXM Prime Country, he does countdowns. Like he'll do like on this day in 1980, this was what was, charting in country.
Oh, this guy's like your hero.
Yes.
I listen to it
country
too.
Music
Yeah,
list.
he'll go through the whole thing of like on this day. And
the year was 1989.
Yeah. And he'll do what everything was charting that day. It's really good. It's a great show.
And he'll tell some news facts and some TV shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, Mike Terry's really great.
Saturday, I got a tour of BYU's football facility. Look at me. I'm all decked out here.
Out, man.
So thank you to Ryan Watt, who's a fan who set this up. And
I know him. He gave me a hat.
Yeah, he wore his hat at my show.
Yeah.
Your hat, which I appreciate. And then Coach Hamblin was the coach there who gave us the tour. BYU's got a Heisman Trophy. They got a national championship.
Who won the Heisman Trophy again?
Ty Detmer.
Ty Detmer.
Then you also rode the comedy bus.
I didn't write it, but I went on there and signed it.
Yeah.
And there's a comic in Salt Lake, JD. I can't think his last name, but
Vance.
maybe that was him. But anyway,
What is his last name? JD. Dang, maybe I just called him JD.
Billingsley.
Anyway, he drives a short bus.
Okay.
And he has all the comics come on and sign it.
Yeah, he has a school bus that's like that he converted. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It's never hit me up when I've been there, but
yeah, a lot of people said we've seen everybody else up there. When's the last time you were there?
I guess it's been. Oh, I was there during the October 7th attacks on Israel.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah, how long ago was that? 50 years ago? I have no idea. A
couple years ago, I guess.
Yeah, 2022 maybe?
Probably be, maybe. I was going to say maybe it'll be 2 years.
Or maybe October. 2023, but I remember it was during that.
Yeah.
So October 7th.
Yeah.
Whatever year that took place. So it's been a while.
Okay.
So I'd love to come back.
Anyway, I had a great time in Salt Lake City. I always do. Wise Guys is such a great club.
It's the best.
And
Salt Lake City is a great city.
It is.
I was just there not too long ago.
Yeah, they said they saw you at a theater there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was what I was doing. Aaron?
I was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Steel City.
Yeah.
The Improv?
No, I was technically, I feel bad that I pitched it as Pittsburgh because I was in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, which is so far from Pittsburgh. I thought it was just a little around the corner. It's like an hour. It's like an hour drive outside of Pittsburgh, but at the Live Casino, it's one of those gigs you show up, you walk in the room and you go, this is going to be horrible. You can just kind of tell, right? It was in like a ballroom at the casino. It was set up just for the show, but it was like, this is just not going to be good. And so I had Lee Kimbrell with me, who was very funny, and we tried to, we put a positive spin on it in our heads. We were like bracing for a bad show, but it was pretty full, and the show was electric, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. Like when you're backstage and you're listening, you're like, I just need to hear like the first big laugh, and that'll be the gauge. It came immediately, and it was a huge laugh, and I was like, oh, dude,
Lee's good.
Let's go, dude. So I was very excited. The show went great. A lot of people drove a long way to come there. People gave me some stuff. Just a great, great show. Shout out to the Live Casino in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Then they like hooked us up after. They were like, do you want a VIP booth in the club? And we were like, we guess.
In what club?
Yeah.
There's like a club in the casino. And they're like, you can get a VIP booth. I was in there for about 30 seconds.
Like a dance club?
Yeah, it was like a nightclub. So we were in there like 30 seconds. I was like, I'm not doing this. But
did anyone's phone go off during your show?
Oh, yeah. Did somebody write in about
Multiple
that?
people wrote in and talked about how funny you were when the guy's phone went off twice.
Oh, it was an old person ringtone. You can just tell the age of somebody
They
by
said
the
you
ringtone.
said you can just sense the age.
Yeah.
Or was it just an actual ring?
It was just a ringtone. You can tell they probably didn't go into the settings and choose it. It was just kind of the way the phone came.
Yes.
It sounded like a Motorola Razr, I said at one point. It was like an old phone. Anyway, yeah, they were fun like that. We had fun with them.
Yeah, everyone
very
said
funny thing. So Lee Kimbrell, I was talking about something we did that day with Lee Kimbrell, and I go, Lee, you know what I'm talking about? And he's not in the room. So he stepped out. Mm-hmm. So I go, the show's going well enough. I can kind of be fun with the crowd. I go, guys, if Lee comes back in, and I go, how'd you guys like Lee? Don't boo, but everyone be like, All right. So I kind of forgot that I did that. Like 30 minutes later, Lee steps in the back and he's like taking a picture of the show on his phone. And I go, no, Lee Kimbrell, everybody. How'd you guys like him? And the crowd went, and I see him. Now, I thought it would be obvious this was a joke, but apparently Lee, he's like, I'll just step in and take a quick picture. He goes, hey, Lee, the crowd boos him. He's like, oh my God. So he goes back to the green room, has like a meltdown about himself. He said he called his wife. It was like, I thought it went great. The crowd hated me. So then after the show, I go, that was funny, right? He goes, dude, they hated me. I told him to do that. He was like, you're lying. He could not, I could not believe how well it worked.
Wow.
I thought it would be obviously a joke and we were just kind of messing around, but He thought the crowd booed him when I brought him up.
Starts drinking, gambles all his money at the craps table. Like, it's
He's
over
like,
for me.
He goes, dude, I feel like the weight of the world's off my shoulders now. I've been back here like I ruined the show.
Yeah.
You know, I thought they liked me, but they hated me. But
oh wow,
it was just that kind of fun. Just a fun night. A fun night of comedy.
fun for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We ended up having he had a great set.
Yeah.
So anyway, just great time.
Yeah.
Thank you to the live casino in Greensburg.
What about you, Dusty?
Well, I went to Portland, Maine on Friday, State Theater. Very good. I like Portland a lot. It's always a little rainy. Great show. Tons of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard that song Portland, Maine by Donovan
I was
Woods?
wondering what you were
You
doing.
sent it to me, yeah.
You didn't like it, huh?
Now, I do like it. I didn't get much how it was about Portland. I mean, I think it was a little hard to understand. You sent it to me a couple of years ago.
Okay.
I'd give it a re-listen.
Okay.
I like that kind of music, though. A little sad.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that kind of stuff. But Portland was really good. I did radio in the morning. I went there on Thursday night, and I didn't realize I was going to be doing radio, and I was a little bummed about it when I found out. But I did this radio station. I don't know what it's Blake and Kelly is the show in Portland, and it was so fun. I do a lot of call-ins on radio, and I have fun with people, and most every in-studio radio I do is a good time. But these guys were super fun, and we had a great segment, and I feel like we sold like 100 tickets that day.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so it was really good. And then I went the next day to New York City and did a show at the Town Hall. And I thought it was a great show. I had my buddy Derek Humphrey and Ian Falance on the show with me. Both very funny comics. And, ticket sales never exploded. But
It looks like you and Ian, like he took your pants.
yeah.
Does it a little?
Yeah, Ian's hip. He's very hip.
But it looks like the pants to your shirt.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it does kind of like the kind of like, I don't know, inseam or whatever. I don't know what that's called.
It
But
looks like, you just traded shirts before.
yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
But great show though. Really fun. Really it's a big theater, right?
This was in Manhattan.
Manhattan. I sold 500 tickets.
Amazing.
That is amazing.
So it's like, yeah, I'm in New York City selling tickets to, and Ian asked who's from here. Tons of people cheered. Like they live in the city.
Wow.
So, and there's a lot going on right there in the Times Square area. And then we went to Bryant Park and had cigars.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a no smoking zone. But the security guard walked by a lot of times and never told us not to smoke.
Right.
And then they eventually shut down the park though and kicked everyone out.
Including y'all?
Yeah, which I thought was weird.
Huh.
But yeah.
City that never sleeps.
I know, that's what I said. But
Good weather.
Weather was great. A little cold for me in Portland, but in New York, beautiful. Beautiful.
Look at these tickets. You got like real tickets.
Yeah,
wow,
I
look
know.
at that.
That's super fun.
That's super cool.
And the show was great. I mean, I did an hour and 22 minutes in Maine.
That's the PR.
Surprised you didn't send it
Yeah.
to us.
Is that the PR right now?
And then I don't know what it's
Personal record.
yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
I was actually shooting for it in Portland.
He's dragging it out.
Yeah. Well, no,
questions?
We're having a good
No, I mean, I got
time.
so many new jokes that I'm doing. And then once I hit the hour, then I try to do about 20 minutes of jokes that are on the special that's coming out,
Okay.
so they're still not old to people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a hot show. Felt real good. Both of them were great. And
Look at that,
Yeah,
man.
everybody commented how great the show was.
yeah, it was really
They
fun.
said Derek left his zipper down.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
no.
whole show.
That's too bad.
But they said it was great.
You see that merch?
I
That's
did-
cool merch.
I did
huh?
see that. I like it. I like it.
What does that say? Oh,
It's a good shirt.
Yeah, it is a good shirt.
I fought for that shirt, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
some
awesome,
people were worried that it, because that's from the old special.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nah, that's funny.
Yeah, it's fun.
And everybody gets it. Everybody my age gets what's going on with it.
You guys want to get in these comments?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You had the lamp from the Christmas Story on stage?
Yeah.
Was that their ghost lamp?
Yeah, it was, yeah. These theaters have a ghost lamp. Which to me feels like you're encouraging them, you know?
They're keeping them at bay.
Yeah. Yeah, these theaters have such weird architecture sometimes that
every theater is supposedly haunted.
Yeah.
I've never been to one where they were like, nah.
Especially if they're really old. Who knows what they were doing back then?
Every theater's like, it's haunted. And then they're like, Houdini like lit a bomb in here when he was here in the 20s.
Yeah. It's always something like
Here's
that.
a trap door Houdini put in. That guy was a nightmare, but yeah, we left it, you know.
Yeah. I'm told the ghost lamp serves two purposes. One, it's for the ghost.
Yeah.
And two, it's for, once they turn all the lights off, it's pitch black in there.
Oh, yeah.
They put it there just so somebody doesn't accidentally walk off the stage.
Well, it's an old superstition that the show always goes on. There's always there's some kind of cheesy reason for it.
When you did the Tonight Show, did Michael Cox show you that Jim Henson closet?
Yes.
Yeah, there's like a closet in there where Jim Henson was doing the show, and then for whatever reason he kept getting delayed. He kept getting pushed back, so he ended up being in the room like hours.
Johnny Carson? No, he was in L.A.
I don't know, but it ended up being like hours, and years later they found this room where he had opened the door and there was like I don't know, electrical equipment in there or pipes.
Yeah.
And he drew little characters all over it, and they didn't see it for years.
That's great.
He did all that. So now it's like there's glass over it and it's a little exhibit that you can see.
That's so cool.
But what a lunatic, huh?
Yeah, totally. But there was no smartphone back then, right? So imagine this guy.
Yeah.
This guy's just sitting there.
Yeah. He already read the paper. So he's like, what am I going to do?
Jim Henson was on the very first SNL.
Doing what?
Doing some.
Oh, he had some puppets back then.
Yeah, they weren't cute Muppets. It was really weird. I forgot what they were called, but it was a weird thing. But yeah, he was on there.
Our next sponsor, we love Delete Me. Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. It's easier than ever to find personal info about people online, having your address, phone number, social security number, your fears, your likes, your dislikes, every relationship you've ever been in, your favorite movie, your favorite band, health issues. Yeah. It's all out there, and it makes everyone vulnerable. You ever been a victim of identity theft, harassment, doxing? I bet you have. And if not, I bet you know somebody who has. I know a few people in my life that were a victim of identity theft. It is a nightmare. Delete Me can help. Take control of your data. Keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me. Now with a special discount for our listeners, get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/Nate and use promo code Nate at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/Nate and enter code Nate at checkout. One more time, that's joindeleteme.com/Nate, code Nate.
All right, let's get these comments. Stephanie Cerny. You think that's right?
Yeah.
Stephanie Cerny?
I think so.
Brian is like the grandma.
Maybe Stefani, I don't know.
Brian is like the grandma just trying to have a nice Thanksgiving dinner, and Dusty and Aaron are the cousins that can't stop laughing at each other at the kids' table. Well, that is true.
Yeah.
You remember the first time
I
you
always
sit
said
at the adults table?
Old lady.
That's what I always say too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm agreeing. What were you saying?
The first time you got to sit at the adult table at Thanksgiving?
I do not. Not yet. I thought when I had a kid, maybe, but
yeah.
No. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's fun. And then you get there and you're like, well, it's kind of boring up here too.
Mm-hmm.
It's
more boring.
Yeah, for sure. Adult conversations.
Yeah. Matt K. How did a podcast full of comedians talking about the Army not mention one of the greatest movies of all time, In the Army Now? Well, I don't know about that.
I'll be honest, I never saw that movie. I didn't feel like we got into a lot of comedy movies about the Army, though. Like Major Payne is a really good, I mean, I don't know what branch that is. That's like ROTC. But, I never saw In the Army Now. I do like some old school Pauly Shore movies.
Yeah.
But I never saw that one.
I don't know if I did either.
Me either. I think we'd have talked about Saving Private Ryan before we talked about In the Army Now.
Yeah.
Well, are there other comedy Army movies that you like? I mean, there's
Good Morning Vietnam.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I guess, yeah. There's one with Goldie Hawn. It's very old.
Stripes?
No, that's Bill Murray.
Oh, yeah.
There's a good one. I'm sure there's a lot we're forgetting.
MASH. Could talk to a lot of MASH.
Yeah. Somebody said Pat Morita was in MASH.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Sorry, Matt K.
Yeah, sorry to let you down there, bud.
Yeah. Justin Chambers. Can we please add 5 minutes of a segment called We're Having a Bad Time to each Nateland episode? That recent episode of Dusty's podcast was absolutely fantastic.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. That's what happens to me when I get in a room alone. I just.
You don't have to be alone.
Yeah, I just like complaining about stuff. It's
Really?
We're like a clown show out here now, where everybody, like there's so many comics, there's so many podcasts, there's so many stand-up clips. It's just like funny. I'm like, hey, what about complaining a little bit? And that's what I say.
There's not enough complaining in the world.
Nah, I don't think so. Not legit complaints. And that's what I'm bringing.
Okay. The real
You
stuff.
come see me do comedy, you get real jokes. Listen to my podcast, you get real complaints.
There you go. Are you going to write a book about gratitudes or something? Just kind of balance it out?
No. I think I'm almost rebelling.
Are you writing a book? Are you going to write a book?
I am writing a book.
Nice.
I am almost rebelling
You're
against.
doing everything you were trashing Nate for doing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not
exactly.
trashing him.
Oh, yeah. You're writing a book.
I'm not trashing him. I know how much work goes into all these things. And I feel like if I were selling out arenas, I'd be like, that's it. That's all I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I've seen you say that at every step of your career.
I don't want to leave the clubs.
I think you have a little more ambition than you're letting on. That's okay.
I've gone about as high as I want to go. That's what I said.
But you've said that before.
That's it. I feel very good about what's happening.
Then why are you writing a book?
Well, I got a book deal.
I didn't want to do arenas, but they offered me the date.
But
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you. But it is like, that the thing about complaining is if you complain, people think you're not grateful.
Correct.
And
I do think that.
I'm rebelling against that notion because you can be grateful, and I'm very grateful for all the things that I have, but that doesn't mean I can't complain about stuff.
Sure.
Just
having fun.
Yeah, complaining's fun.
What'd be fun to do in your book is have your doodles all throughout it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would like to do that, actually.
That'd be kind of a fun little Easter egg.
Yeah.
What's your book called?
I don't know. It doesn't have a name yet. It's
Is it a mystery novel?
It's not a novel, I'm guessing.
No, it'll be a comedy book.
Okay. Yeah.
Like Dan Brown?
Dave Barry, I think.
I actually want to write a more serious book, but I'm a comedian, so I have to. So that's why I need to do.
You're at some drama.
You're bogged down by the expectation to be funny. Like, I'm sick of being funny.
No, I like it. I'm grateful that. But you know what else I found? I've really leaned into AI in a way that I'm a bit ashamed of.
Yeah.
But I found a song writing AI now, and so what I've been able to do is utilize it to help bring to life songs that I've written that I can't get other people to do for me.
Wow.
So I put the lyrics into this AI app, and then I go through and I list off how I want, the song to sound.
Yeah.
And then it pumps it out.
It turns it out. It's pretty cool, right?
I listen now. I got stopped on this. Eventually, it caught on that I was using copyrighted lyrics, but I'm only doing it to say I was listening to a Radiohead song, and I said this would be a really great folky country song.
Yeah,
and so I put it into AI, and it is a great folky country song.
Creep.
Well, Creep has been done a bunch, but you don't hear other Radiohead songs. And because they are a little weird, but the lyrics themselves, I was like, oh, this would be a good country song. But yeah, so I'm just trying to express other creative things.
Yeah.
But I'm all about comedy. What I want is a bunch of comedy albums. That's what I want. I want to look back and go, look at all these albums I put out.
Yeah, that's cool.
What I want.
But if they came to you and said, we're doing a remake of Joe Dirt, we want you to play Joe, would you do it?
Yeah, of course. Come on. What is this fake hesitation?
Yeah,
What are
exactly.
you talking about?
I mean, yeah, it's like that'd be hard to turn down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah, well, if they did, it'd be awesome. You want to know something interesting I read? And I'm not saying stop using it, and I'm definitely not going to stop using it. But every Chat GPT query, every query it processes, it uses 1 to 3 bottles of water to cool the servers. So every time you input anything into Chat GPT, 1 to 3 bottles of water. Now I think they got a lot of water. They're doing it, but it's interesting.
That doesn't seem right.
Well, they admit it. If you, it's like it's something they put out because they're like, we're working to decrease the amount of water that we use.
Too hot.
It's real.
I mean, they get. Yeah, they
we're those servers are.
But you're like worked. If everything we type in though, it's like that seems like
1 to 3 on average per query. 1 to 3. Think
What's a query?
Anytime you give it anything.
So any question I type in,
even just saying thanks or something.
That to me makes it sound like climate change people being like, stop getting all this help. You're killing the planet.
No.
You're killing the planet.
No, dude. Now it's a really small percentage of water. Like if you look at like how much water Google uses or Amazon uses to cool all their servers, it's a ton.
What kind of water are they using? Can they use ocean water?
It's no, I think it's fresh water that then just evaporates and then doesn't re-enter it's like it can't be reused.
Goes out in outer space.
Or just in the sky, I guess.
Why can't they use ocean water?
A ChatGPT uses roughly 519 milliliters of water to write a 100-word email.
So
if you want a 100-word email, that's a little more than a bottle of water.
I feel like AI just made this up.
Why would AI make this up about itself?
I don't know. I don't believe it though.
I just saw a story where
somehow
Elon Musk, whatever his AI company is, he's building the largest supercomputer maybe anywhere in Memphis. And it's already there, but it's putting out so much steam or whatever out in the environment that it's like making the air quality not good for the people who live around it.
Jeez. It just keeps adding up for Memphis. Huh?
Yes. Yeah. And the people they interviewed are in a very poor neighborhood. And they're like, all these fumes and stuff coming from this gigantic plant.
Well, yet none of these people care about us.
It's just interesting. I'm not saying don't use it, but it is interesting because I was using ChatGPT and I was like about to hit enter. And I was like, do I want to just pour 3 bottles of water into the abyss? It better be a well-worded question. Yeah. And I hit enter.
I'll tell you, the last query that I sent to ChatGPT was, how would you describe the song Ugly by Bubba Sparks if you wanted to put that into an AI song creator? Mm-hmm. So I wasted
3 bottles
of water on that. And they sent me a lot of info. I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't like a 6-bottler.
They used a gallon on it.
They got dehydrated.
But man,
I was like, woo.
Worth it, huh?
I wrote a rap song 20 years ago and I have it written down and I put that into the thing and it is hot.
Mm-hmm. You going to release it?
I want to release a whole album. I'm going to do a whole AI. I got so many poems I've written over the years.
Why is Nate working so hard? As soon as my rap album comes out, I'm retiring.
But I'm saying this is stuff over the years that I've done that I can now bring to life.
Yeah. Well, you told me about, I'd never even used ChatGPT, but you're making these really great posters for your shows.
Yeah, their posters are okay. I made a couple of really good ones, but they're okay.
Well, for me, who knows how to do nothing.
Yeah.
I went on and did it. Even I could do it.
It's really nice.
Yeah. All right. I want to also say happy birthday, Dusty.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Appreciate that.
We're all now 10 years apart again.
All right.
I don't believe in birthdays.
I don't really either.
Yeah, who knows? Your mom could be lying to you that was the day.
Well, she could be.
Nobody knows.
The hospital's in on it too.
I feel like, we're all 10 years apart. Going from 2 to 3, that's an easy one. Like for me, I was 52. I was still in my early 50s. Go to 53. I'm still in my early 50s.
Right.
It's those other milestones a little bit harder. You guys agree, or you may not care?
I've not reached a place where I care about age at all yet. I mean, maybe I'll get there, but I notice there are certain things because I hang out with a lot of comics. So I think hanging out with comics keeps you young because they're always, new comics are always entering in. So there's always younger people that you're hanging around.
And you hear all their references and stuff, and it's all different.
But I have noticed, a few things here and there where I'm like, oh, I'm much older than these guys.
I was thinking, like, I consider Aaron a good friend, but we're 20 years apart in age. This is the only time in our life that it would have even been appropriate for us to be friends. I mean, when I was 33, your age, and you were 13.
Yeah, I don't think we would have crossed paths.
Probably not going to hang out a lot. If we do, some people are going to be concerned. You've been in comedy for 10 years?
Almost 10 years, yeah.
So you were 23 when you started?
23.
And I was 43. Even then, it's a little weird.
You were 43 when you started comedy?
No, I'm sorry. I was
when I started, he was 43.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I never thought of it as weird. Because it's like
well, you're mature beyond your age, I would say. I'm probably a little
thanks.
immature, but so it works
true.
out. Well, I mean, got married late in life, all that. So I'm living the life of a much younger person.
There are a lot of comics that are like, they're in their 40s, and you're like, geez, dude. What? You're in your 40s?
I just want to, what do you mean, like?
What do you mean?
Like, they seem so immature.
Oh,
like, their life's not
yeah.
together at all. And you're like, golly, dude.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but yeah, you can find those people.
You can find them anywhere.
But sure. I mean, it's like.
Not that I got everything figured out, but it's like, you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. And it's like, I feel like, I don't feel like I'm getting old. I do feel like I'm like growing up. I have kids now, and I have a house, and I have other things I'm taking care of.
Right.
But it still feels, cool to just hang out here.
Yeah.
I got fun, post-show hangs that I'm doing all over the country, but also at Zany's every time I do my show. And it's great.
Yeah. I try this as a joke. I feel like I'm at the age I can understand both sides. Like, I can understand why somebody might go out on a Tuesday night, but I also understand I don't see that well at night.
Yeah.
So I understand both sides, when you're middle age.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's about how that joke went when I tried it. But anyway, well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Devin Lee Johnson. Aaron deserves a shout out from the ladies for not only, without hesitation, knowing the contents of The Best Day, but also for saying it's a great song on the pod. Give this man his props.
I appreciate it, Devin Lee Johnson. It is a good song.
The Taylor Swift song?
It is, yeah. It's from like long time ago.
Oh, okay. So maybe it does have something that's good about it, but
it is. It's just it's a reflection on her relationship with her mom and how her mom was, she'd get in a fight with her friends at school, and then her mom would, take her out for like a girls' day, and then she got a couple lines about her dad and her brother in there too. It's just like a good song about her family. Mm-hmm. It's great. I don't know if it was ever like a big radio hit, but that was it's one of my favorites of hers from way back in the day.
I don't know that all the ladies are giving you a shout out on it though, but you think?
I think most are, yeah. It's a good song.
Nikki Whitley in Illinois.
How many likes did this comment get? From the ladies.
Well,
I'm just making a joke.
What's the implication?
Well, she says Aaron deserves a shout out from the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
So
is Devin a she, you think?
I think so.
I don't know. It could be either.
Devin Lee, I don't know. The combination sounds.
Mm-hmm.
But David Lee is
yes.
David Lee Murphy, David Lee Roth, David Lee Nelson. I know a lot of David Lees.
Nikki Whitley. In Illinois, if you live trap a skunk, you were supposed to destroy it since it's considered a nuisance animal. I've live trapped 4 in the last year, but I drive them far away and release them, which is how I got sprayed. In the eye, no less, a couple of months ago. And for the record, they say the skunk spray has the same chemical makeup as pepper spray. And I believe it. It was excruciating.
Wow.
Jeez, that's tough. Well, thank you for that, Nikki. They finished up today. We wrapped up the whole.
Just today?
They came last week they trapped the mother skunk. They pulled out 4 babies. There's a photo of one of them.
Look at that thing, man.
Very cute.
That's the baby.
That's one of the babies. Yeah.
Now, do they have the ability to spray you at that age, or does that come at puberty?
He said, I didn't get close to it, but just to be safe, but he said at that age, they don't know how to spray.
Oh, they have to be taught how.
Or they just.
It's like racism.
Maybe they just mature. That's deep, Aaron.
Well, isn't that what they always say, kids? I don't know why I jumped there, but.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, like anything you learn.
Yeah, exactly. Like the alphabet. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, they removed 5 skunks, a mom and 4 babies, and then today they finished up by sealing some stuff up so they can't get underneath there and all that.
Okay.
So hopefully that problem resolved.
That guy drove away and strangled that thing to death. You ever think about that? He killed that thing as soon as he left your property.
I don't know what he did with them.
He didn't talk to you about it at all?
I asked him, I said, what do you do now? He said, we take them far away. But he didn't say what he did.
That seems intense. I don't
think he actually strangled
I think
they have a way to dispose of them humanely.
Yeah, probably. But I like to think that, just take them out to the woods.
I hope they did.
Or they put them in another house to drum up business around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
It's like, take them out to the woods.
That's a good idea.
Build them a little hut and, let them live out their days.
Yeah.
Jared Harris used to have a bit about, he owned a pressure washing company. He's like, it's hard work having the #1 pressure washing company in Atlanta, all day pressure washing, all night spray painting.
And Scoose, you think?
And Scoose.
You guys,
Scoose.
You guys skipped over the funniest line of the episode.
I doubt it.
Aaron, reading from the Army application, asked, how long can you hold a plank? Dusty replied, how big's the plank?
All right, that's pretty good.
Now that's funny. Some of the offhand comments made by all of you are often overlooked, but much appreciated. Love you guys.
Yeah, and that was even, I don't want to ruin. I feel like that I was even a bit of a Bible joke there too. That was talking about removing the plank from your own eye.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
See,
how long?
That's why we brush over stuff.
Sorry,
like that,
Ann.
It's a double.
And
double,
next week, I retract my statement.
Ann Scoose gets it.
Yeah, she
Scoose.
Scoosey.
Let's skip ahead a little bit.
That's the second time we've skipped
I know.
That
We'll get
comment.
to it. Travis White, Dusty's Cracker Barrel order is my exact Cracker Barrel order. We're having a good time.
Your order in the commercial or in real life?
I don't know what he's referring to.
You last week said dumplings with hash
brown casserole.
That's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay. That's a good order.
It's a good order.
Aaron J., thank you, Dusty, for speaking the truth about leaving reviews. I'm so confused every time Aaron says he doesn't leave an accurate review of terrible experiences. That's what reviews are for.
That's what I'm talking about, Aaron J. Yeah, you at least got to let the company know that the guy smells real bad.
Yeah, maybe. I just think if you have a job like this, like I'll never leave a bad review for a restaurant or something, because I know I just won't leave a good review. But I think these people, their job depends on, like, their review's important. And I don't want to be the guy that actually affects somebody's business and how they put food on their table and, support their family or whatever. So this guy smells really bad, but I'm not trying to take money from the guy's pocket.
Right? But leave him 5-star review. Say, I really like this guy. But somebody needs to let him know that he smells bad.
Yeah. Oh, I think I would have done that if I knew that was an option. I've never seen an option to leave a custom comment like that, But next time I'll do that.
I think,
I'm just not trying to bring somebody's rating down when it actually matters to their life. Unless they were...
If they're a reckless driver.
Yeah, or something that was
I
actually
think smelling bad is worse than being a reckless driver.
I'd rather get to my destination alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, I don't mean wreck.
Yeah.
I don't mean wreck.
That's what I
but
mean.
a wreck less.
I've been in a wreck.
To me, reckless driver says you're driving crazy, but you don't wreck. You're reckless, right? You're reckless.
You're reckless.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Without wreck.
Yeah.
Wreckful driver.
Yeah.
That's what you should worry about.
You're wild, but there's no wreck.
Diana Williams. Someone tell Dusty that all trampolines are too dangerous, even those with fencing. Not worth the fun.
Tell Diana to loosen up a bit.
I'm with you, Diana.
Not worth the fun. Woo, that is a reckless driver right there, isn't it, Diana? Come on.
I've been injured on I chipped a tooth. I had to go to the dental emergency room.
Ew.
Wow.
But I never did it once cross my mind that it wasn't worth it.
Diana's driving 10-2, boy. 10-2. 5 under.
She does the turn signals with her hand out the window. Well, it sounds like Diana had something happened to her
Starts
on a trampoline.
sprinkling. She cuts the hazards on.
I've been using the hazards to thank people.
Have you?
It's fun.
What do you mean?
Somebody lets you in, throw the hazards on.
That's a thing?
I'm doing it.
The way that we used
I
to
hope
do
they
it,
know it's what it.
we turn
How
the
would
light.
they know?
We would turn the lights on and off.
Like, this
That's
guy's
a
got
thank
car
you.
problems.
Like if somebody lets you in, you can turn the lights on your car on and off because it blinks the rear views.
Yeah, well, I just go. If they let me in, I merge in, hit it. 1, 2, 3, turn it on.
How about just wave? Say thank you.
Maybe it's nighttime, Brian. You know what I mean?
Now they're like, great, I let this guy in front of me. Now he's got car problems.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I don't.
The guy with an emergency.
Come on.
He's about to delay
on,
me.
they
Like,
know
who
what I
is
mean.
this? Diana?
And you should know this. I think that's common in Japan. I think that's how they do it in Japan. They're
I don't
very
know. I was in the
deferential
bathroom the
I
people.
wouldn't know it meant thank you. Because
What would you think it meant? You do somebody a favor and then they flash the hazards for 2 seconds. What do you think they're trying to communicate?
I wouldn't know because truck drivers will blink their lights. That's what they do to say thank you.
To flash their light.
Like if you let them in, they turn their lights on and off because it lights up the back ones.
Well, how would you know what that meant?
I just think that is what people know.
Well, then I feel like the hazard light is the same thing. I feel like if somebody does the hazards at me.
Would you know if somebody blinked their lights at you like that?
Well, he's not letting people in on the road.
Okay.
No, I would never do that. But I would think, I better slow down. There's a cop ahead. If they're flashing the lights.
I'm talking about like we're in traffic, and the lanes are zippering down to 1 and somebody lets you in. I'll throw the hazards on for 3 seconds. Give them 3 blinks. Thank you, buddy. And then
I think
turn it off.
horns should have different sounds for different occasions. There should
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Something
Yeah.
like
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like
love
that was easy button, that they used to have. Should be one like that. Thank you.
What would you want? You get 3 phrases that you can communicate through a horn. What do you want to say? You got to have one aggressive one, right?
Yeah, one aggressive one like go or
All mine are aggressive. Go. Come on. What are you doing? That's what I want.
What are you doing?
It's like a radio preset. You can do it whatever you want.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
One would say go, one would say sorry,
I'd have a sorry button,
and
as
one
well.
would say thank you.
I don't think I'd use it that much, but there are times where I want to go, all right, that was my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'd be at the
I
red
know
light.
you have
go,
to.
go, 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 go.
As soon as it turns green.
Yeah. No, my sorry's the wave. I go, oh, that is my bad.
But I wanted to.
But I wouldn't give it to him on a button.
Okay.
I just had
That's
one
fair.
where I'm in a parking lot. There's one space open beside me. I'm trying to get my daughter out of her car seat. And she's not cooperating. So I'm standing there leaning over for a while. There's a car waiting to pull into that spot. I don't know how long I've been waiting, but time I get her out, he's just sitting there waiting. And, I was like, oh, sorry about that. That's one where I don't guess I would have been honking. Maybe he should have honked at me.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me. I'm just saying it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Coy Adkins.
Coy.
Y'all should do a Patreon where you only cover the stuff that Dusty says. If I have a theory, I'll tell you after the pod.
we'd have to do a different service than Patreon.
Yeah, come on, Coy.
Yeah,
I like that idea though.
That might have to be.
I have my own podcast though, Coy, and I get into some stuff sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I have a separate one.
The Dusty Slay podcast.
The We're Having a Good Time podcast. I kept that name.
Oh.
I said I was going to change it, but so far I'm still the We're Having a Good Time podcast. And now I finally am uploading video. I've talked about it for years.
You considered the We're Having a Bad Time podcast, right?
I've considered a lot of names. Even the We're Having a Good Time ? Podcast.
We're having a good time.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. Nick Alexander. I got a CPAP today.
Yes, sir.
I want to know if Aaron or Breakfast had any tips for me. I'm excited to get some restful sleep. It took a long time to get diagnosed with sleep apnea because I'm healthy and in shape. Well, whatever,
you have
dude.
to rub that in.
Yeah. I don't want to help you now.
Yeah. Sounds like you got it all figured out, Nick.
Yeah.
Good luck with your health.
Well,
be in shape and
sounds
stuff.
like you should. Yeah, I mean,
here's one.
Breathe. You know what I mean?
One drawback for me wearing the CPAP, and you can see it. I often have red right here because the mask. If I don't put on like lotion or something,
it'll get in there. It'll irritate the skin.
It'll irritate the skin, and that's why I'll have redness there a lot of times. So there's one.
I got a lot of tips. You got to develop a nighttime routine. Put it on when you want to go to bed, and you can kind of train your body to be like. And you don't want it because I'll fall asleep. I'll forget about it and fall asleep without it, and then the whole day's shot. So you need to just make sure you do it every time, use it every time, take it on the road with you. Brian doesn't like to do that, but I think you got to use it all the time, anytime you sleep, or else you're not doing anything. So,
well, Dusty says it's not even real. So I'm kind of just hedging my bets. Playing the middle.
That's fake air that it's shooting in you.
Dusty checked out there for a second.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are talking about CPAPs, and I started.
You can't be interested in anything unless it's about you for a second.
Well, I stopped breathing while you were doing it.
Do you change your parts regularly?
Imagine if I tapped out whenever I wasn't interested in something we were talking about.
It's not about not being
You think I would have
interested.
lasted our 4-hour gardening episode if I didn't pretend a little bit? You know what I mean? We're doing a collaborative podcast.
Well,
here.
yeah, but we're not
to feign interest.
We're not doing a podcast about CPAPs. Yeah. The guy asked if you and Brian have advice, and then you were given your advice. I don't wear one.
So then what's your role in that moment? Maybe jump in with a little comedy.
It's really improving their lives. I can see it. They come in, and I can always tell when they've not had their CPAPs in because they'll be a little crankier than normal.
Oh, you don't have to lie and be sarcastic.
And I got to tell you, I don't even have sleep apnea, and I've wanted a CPAP.
This is not an ad read.
I just want.
That is true.
I just want to wear one in the car. I want a CPAP for the car.
If you sleep in the car, you should wear it. That's all I'm saying.
I plug it into the old cigarette lighter and keep it going.
Do you change your parts like you're supposed to, like they recommend?
No, I never clean them. I never do anything.
Yeah.
My favorite part about a CPAP is mold. I like to breathe in a little black mold.
Well,
black mold, not just for the shower anymore.
I'm breathing in less mold than you.
Probably.
Yeah, there's a filter on that thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I built my bed frame out of mold. Old moldy wood.
Well, Nick.
Helix mattress.
Good luck, Nick.
Yeah, Nick. I mean, this is the next step of a beautiful chapter in your life, and I'm happy for you.
Stop breathing. You know what I mean? Like, end it. Let it go. You know what I mean?
Say end it. But I'll say, hey, Nick, kidding. Don't expect and some people do, but don't expect immediate euphoria of like, oh, everything's different. That doesn't happen for everybody.
It's hard to get used to wearing that thing.
It might be a gradual thing, but you're going to get to a point where you can't sleep without it. But don't expect it to be like you'll wake up the first day like, oh my goodness, I can see the world. Yeah. Everything's in color.
Yeah.
That just doesn't happen for everybody. But God bless you. And that's all the comments today. What a journey it's been, huh? Smart money moves are all about getting more out of every dollar. With Rocket Money, you can easily find forgotten subscriptions and have them negotiate bills for you, putting money back in your pocket. With all those savings, Rocket Money practically pays for itself. Rocket Money, as you know, is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. See all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where all your money's going. It's a lot of stuff you've signed up where you've forgotten about. You know, you signed up for the free trial, you put your credit card in, you watched the one thing you wanted to watch, and you've been paying for it for 5 years. Not speaking personally, of course. I haven't done this 15 to 20 times. I would never do something that stupid. And now I never will with Rocket Money. Easily create a personalized budget with custom categories to keep track of your spending, see your monthly spending trends in each category to know where your money's going. It's the right move to you, for you, to manage all your finances. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Nate today. That's rocketmoney.com/Nate, rocketmoney.com/Nate.
Well, this week, you know, we're doing all the states. We've been doing this for years now.
Yeah, so we tailored a topic that'll keep Dusty engaged for the next hour.
I look at Dusty's schedule and see where he's going to be.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, when else are we going to talk about Vermont?
There you go.
Vermont. I'll be there this weekend. Burlington, Vermont. I have 4 shows. The Burlington Comedy Club. Maybe the Vermont Comedy Club.
I think it's the Vermont Comedy Club.
Never been to Vermont. Never been there. Never been to the club. Never been to the state.
I've never been. Have you ever been?
Never been. Know very little about it. What's
well, I was going to ask you, what do you guys think of when you think of Vermont?
Think of Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
You know,
he's kind of the guy.
People have emailed me a little bit. I like to think that it's very nice, very green, very pleasant.
Yes.
I look forward to it. I may buy property while I'm there and move there. I'm already considering it.
Really?
Just sounds lovely to me.
It does sound. I think of snow. I think of skiing.
Mountains.
I think of fall foliage.
Yeah.
And I think of maple syrup.
There you go. Maple syrup.
Yeah.
Vermont maple syrup.
What, Dusty?
That makes me, I just want to. Brian is like a grandma, just trying to have a nice Thanksgiving dinner.
The beautiful fall foliage.
I just think of the leaves changing and maple syrup.
Well, Dusty, get out and experience nature sometimes.
Yeah, man.
Jeez. All right, let's get into Vermont.
Let's do it. What is it called? What's the nickname of the state? Vermont.
I don't even think I have that.
You know what I mean?
I have. I have it. I don't know. I think I have the slogan or
the Green Mountain State.
Okay, so the word Vermont translates to Green Mountain in French.
Wow,
it's beautiful.
Les Monts Verts.
So
les Monts.
The population of Davidson County, Nashville, 715,000. The whole state of Vermont, 642,000.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about.
It's the next least populous state. Only less populous is Wyoming.
Wow. Probably Alaska too, right?
Well, Alaska probably per capita maybe, but Alaska I think so big it's got more people.
Let's look that up.
740,000.
All right,
Vermont.
Close. Look it up.
Vermont.
I think I just made it up.
Very small though, too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Vermont's a very small state.
Yeah. So I'm not saying per square mile or whatever, but just total people. The state capital. Anybody know?
Burlington. I have no idea.
I guess.
That's the only city.
Can you name another city in Vermont
that's
besides?
all I know.
Vermont City. Is there a Vermont? There's probably a Springfield in there.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Montpelier.
Montpelier.
It's the smallest state capital in the U.S. 8,000 people.
I don't know. Let me look that up real quick.
Juneau, or what is it? Anchorage?
Juneau's the
Juneau? Yeah. Okay. It's the only state capital that doesn't have a McDonald's.
Oh. Vermont gets better and better all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna just stay.
They also don't have a Starbucks, Burger King, or Walmart.
Wow, the whole state?
At least Montpelier. They try to prioritize local businesses over large chains.
Oh, jeez.
Man, I love this place.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want a Walmart, though, dude.
Oh.
Sometimes you need a Walmart.
I'm anti-Walmart these days. I will go. Sometimes you have to go, but
yeah, well, that's how principles work.
But
you have them till you.
No, I'm anti it though. It's like you go to because that's the problem. Walmart moves into these small towns, Over time, all the other businesses shut down because Walmart prices them out.
Yeah.
And then you end up in that town and you're like, oh, well, I have to go to Walmart. That's the only place I can go to get these things that I
Look,
need.
I agree with you. Let me play devil's advocate here. If you owned a mom and pop that sold, I don't know, if you owned a store, what would you sell? Like gardening supplies, stuff like that. Okay. Walmart comes in, everything's cheaper. What would your competitive advantage be? How would you differentiate yourself from Walmart?
I would try customer service.
Well, there you go.
But people
you would try to compete.
But
Michael Scott Paper Company.
You would try to compete, and I'm sure that
I want to get more.
I'm sure that people do try to compete. Right? I'm not saying they're good all the time. I complain all the time about mom and pop coffee shops on the road. I'll go there, and then I'll go, you're not being very nice to me.
Yeah.
And at least they'll be nice to me at Starbucks, but
they're nice to you at Walmart.
It depends on where you're at.
That's true.
It really but yeah, it's like, it would just be nice if, a lot of cities fight back about it. I mean, and when I lived in Charleston on James Island, they had a regular Walmart, and Walmart wanted to build a super center, but they wanted to abandon the old Walmart and build a new one. And they signed a petition, and we fought back against it. So that they actually had to remodel the existing Walmart and make it a super Walmart rather than wasting more space.
Is it by law these things aren't in there, or are they just why aren't they there?
Well, I think I guess it's by law.
Because I don't know, could you just ban a company from coming to your city?
I think you can reject it. You also they give
why like
City
under
council?
what?
Well, a lot of places will give Walmart a bunch of tax credits to come in. So like say you want to open a business and you got to pay all these different fees, and then they'll cut the fees for Walmart.
Because they'll go Walmart. Walmart goes, we'll come in, we'll give 3,000 jobs to the community, and they go,
right.
Well, we'll waive the registration fees.
Whereas other people trying to open a business that would give some jobs, they go, we're not gonna, you're gonna pay the full fees. So if you have good government, if that exists, it would be nice if they go, hey, we got a lot of local people here. We like them. We want them to be business owners and not just employees. We're not going to let you come here.
So this is a policy decision by the state government that we're not going to give tax credits. We're not going to incentivize those big companies to come in and open up shop.
Well, the one I referenced was just for Montpelier. I don't know about the whole state, but that was just that. But that is the state capital, and there is no billboards in the entire state.
I do like that when you go to an area and there's an ordinance.
I never knew I loved Vermont so much. I hope it's good. I hope I enjoy it.
They banned billboards in 1968 to preserve its scenic beauty and rural character.
Wow.
Because nothing these days says America like pulling off the interstate and just getting billboards all across the sky.
Yeah, free markets, jobs, opportunities. All that's pretty scary, huh?
Well, you just said you like that they don't have billboards.
This is what being engaged in a podcast sounds like.
No, but it's like
I'm just
Dusty,
shooting the breeze.
You play devil's advocate now.
About what?
I just thought you wouldn't even get on board.
No,
with that term.
I'm just saying it's beautiful when you get off somewhere and you can see trees and not just signs for McDonald's and Burger King.
Absolutely.
It's,
for sure.
It's so nice.
It is.
There are 6 Walmarts in Vermont, which that's so few. I feel like there's 6 in a 2-mile radius of my house here. So
that's really
6
great.
in the whole state.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Burlington's the largest city, 45,000. It's the largest city of any state. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it became a state. I guess New York was a colony, and they gave some land grants to New Hampshire, but then some other people came in and tried to claim it. So the Green Mountain Boys, a militia group, they protected it and kept it for them.
I love that.
And they were a militia group, and they fought to preserve it, and then it became a state. It was originally called the Republic of New Connecticut, and then they changed it to Vermont.
The hard part for me is when I see a beautiful place in the country, I just get overwhelming sadness because I know that they're going to ruin it.
Who?
The people that ruin everything.
Save that for We're Having a Bad Time podcast.
You just go somewhere and you go, this is amazing. And then you go,
but they haven't yet.
The corporations are coming. They're coming.
but they're fighting the good fight. It's the leading producer of maple syrup in the United. You laughed at me, but did you guys not know that? Or
No, I didn't.
I love maple syrup. Yeah. And I like fall foliage.
Over half.
I just think it's funny that you said it.
Two things.
They have great cribbage there.
You know I love leaves.
I know you do.
I'm a leaf
you can
guy.
Bring some home. Over half of the maple syrup in the United States is produced in Vermont.
Wow.
They also grow a lot of apples. Third largest contributor is apples. Macintosh apples in particular.
Macintosh. You think you could pick out a Macintosh apple?
No.
Me either.
Not unless it has a bite taken out of it.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I didn't even get it. Ben and Jerry's started in Vermont.
Oh.
Burlington, Vermont. Founded in 1978. Went from a single ice cream parlor to a multinational brand.
I think Ben & Jerry's has changed a little bit, but for a long time, Ben & Jerry's, I think, was one of the healthier ice creams.
It's definitely not now. Yeah.
I'm not saying any ice cream is healthy, but I'm saying they were using less harsh chemicals, like I love Bluebell. I would never trash Bluebell, but they got a few ingredients that I'm not into.
All right, Dusty, I want you to do, you're there for 2 days?
Yeah.
I want you to go do one. I know you don't like to get out and do much, but I want you to go do one of these things I'm going to talk about on today's podcast and report back to us. Maybe go to Ben & Jerry's. That sounds like a pretty...
That sounds up my alley.
There's no way you do that.
So...
you get a Ben & Jerry's flavor named after you?
I do love Ben & Jerry's. Ice cream is a real weakness for me. I love ice cream.
Lake Champlain, I'm going to say that right, has a lake monster called Champ or Champy. And it's kind of like the Loch Ness Monster, and people have claimed to have seen it. And they were filming a movie recently about the monster, and drone footage, you could really see something following the boat.
Wow. Look at this picture of it right there.
That looks just like the Loch Ness, except maybe his head's turned.
It does.
And he's wearing a scarf. So maybe go to Lake Champlain, see if you see.
Just take a look.
Champy. What do you think that is, Dusty?
Well, what is it? In the Bible, there's two animal, behemoth, and what is the other that's described?
Goliath. Over the years, there's been over 300 reporting sightings.
I think it's whatever the sea monster one is.
Okay.
The original stories are related to the Iroquois legends of giant snakes, which the Mohawk named something. Anyarikoa. So,
yeah, the exciting. Native American people are always talking about seeing giants and things like this, and we're all out here respecting the Native Americans, but when it comes to that, everybody goes, no, they didn't see no giants, and I think they did.
That's a pretty good photo right there.
You really can't trust any photos anymore.
Well, yeah,
unless you already had them prior to this AI stuff. It's like.
Well, Photoshop's been around for a while, though.
Photoshop, yeah, but even then, I feel like you could put Photoshop under some type of filter and could tell whether it was Photoshopped or not. With AI, it's like there's things you can look for.
It's getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
The largest professional sports team is the Vermont Lake Monsters, named after Champ there, of a future collegiate baseball league based in Burlington. Named, and their mascot is Champ, the lake monster.
I like that.
Yeah. Smuggler's Notch.
There's Champ right there.
Yeah. Look at Champ.
It looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle a little bit.
It's a good looking mascot.
The little thing around his eyes.
Yeah. It's funny how they always wear shirts, never pants.
Leviathan. Yeah.
Leviathan. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So in 1807, President Jefferson passed an embargo forbidding American trade with Great Britain and Canada. And it was really hard on people in Vermont because Montreal was closer to them than any U.S. market. So they continued to do it, and they went through Smuggler's Notch. It's a narrow pass through the Green Mountains. And they would keep doing trading with Canada, herd cattle and other things like that. And now it's a resort.
Yeah.
And a lake.
That's really cool. You can still go
there.
And
a state park. Yeah.
It's got ski resorts and everything around there. Yeah, that's awesome. Smuggler's Notch.
we love talking about our Helix mattresses. I've had my Helix mattress almost 3 years now. Nate's parents just got one and they love it.
Another one?
They just got,
They keep getting them.
They keep getting them. They love it.
Why not? They're great.
He's a magician. He makes them disappear. Nate's dad said it helps with his sleep apnea. We all have a Helix mattress, and we all love it. We do love it. They're good mattresses, good pillows, fun to unbox. It comes in a little roll, and then you cut the wrapping off, and it just inflates.
Like a life raft.
It's pretty amazing. It improves how I sleep. Everyone knows I love their pillows. We talk about that all the time, but it has helped with my sleep. I'm getting better sleep. Aaron's getting better sleep, and Brian's getting better sleep. My old mattress was one of those springs. I finally realized how bad it was for sleep. My mattress was so bad and old that when I threw it away in a dumpster, and it folded in half. I have a whole joke about that on my YouTube channel. Helix fixes that issue. It's called, I think it's called New Mattress. Helix fixes that issue. It's great for hot sleepers, people with back pain, snorers, and sleep apnea. It's for everyone. Go to helixsleep.com/Nate for their Memorial Day sale and get 27% off statewide.
27.
Plus free bedding bundle, sheet set, and mattress protector with any Luxe or Elite mattresses. That's helixsleep.com/Nate, 27% off site-wide and free bedding bundle with any Luxe or Elite mattress. The sale ends June 1st, so don't mess around.
Get a Helix. All right, Dusty, the world's tallest filing cabinet is in Burlington.
Okay.
38 drawers tall.
Wow. That's the tallest, huh?
What are they?
Wow, look at that.
What are they keeping there?
Go check it out. I don't know. I think it was just an art sculpture, but it set a Guinness World Record. Some homeless guy left a shopping cart there.
Didn't really give birth to a lot of other stuff around it looks like.
Dusty, I want you to go to that filing cabinet and take a picture.
I'm the most interested in going to that filing cabinet.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about some famous people from Vermont. Now, you've already named the only one that I could associate with Vermont.
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. Could you name anybody else from there?
No. President Bartlett from the West Wing is from New Hampshire, and they talk about Vermont a lot. But no, I can't think of anybody. I'm sure I've heard of people. I just don't know that they're from Vermont.
The band Fish is from Vermont.
Okay. That doesn't surprise me.
Yep. A lot of famous people were born in Vermont and then moved not long after that. 2 presidents were born in Vermont. President Chester Arthur and Calvin Coolidge.
Oh, 2 of the big ones.
Calvin Coolidge, though, very big.
Yeah. I'm not kidding, Dusty. The world's tallest filing cabinet is 1.7 miles from the club.
Wow.
It's a 6-minute drive. I feel like you got to go check it out.
All right.
Report back. Let us know. Is it that tall?
How far is that lake?
Yeah, Lake Champlain.
Lake Champlain. That's going to be an hour and a half. And you got to go. Yeah.
You going to have a car?
Tough. Is it not just that big lake right there?
Yeah, I don't know why it's making you go all the way around here on Google. I think
you can see it out your window.
Yeah, you'll see it from your.
Yeah.
Oh, it's even closer.
Yeah.
You might see Champ.
Yeah.
If you want to get a good view of it, I guess you got to go all the way around. You got to go across it first before you see it.
And what about Ben and Jerry's? Well, I guess I'll just look these things up. But
yeah, look up. I mean, I guess there's multiple Ben and Jerry's, but
Ben and Jerry's,
the original Ben and Jerry's, maybe
chocolate chip cookie dough and the peanut butter cup Ben and Jerry's, unbelievable.
Yeah,
strawberry cheesecake.
It's great. They probably just needed a point somewhere for people.
Yeah, it actually sent us to New York. Across the lake. But if you want to stay on the Vermont side, you're pretty good in Burlington. It's right there.
Okay, perfect.
You can just check it out.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to have a cigar out. I feel like Vermont's gonna. That's where they're gonna come down on me. I feel like they're gonna be like, no smoking here, buddy. But I'd like to go sit out by the lake and see if I can see that.
You're gonna see the price of all these other things that you like about the state so much.
You may have to go to the New York side.
If you want to smoke a cigar wherever you want, you got to have a Burger King sign up there. That's the give and take.
Well, that is, yeah. I mean, but I don't know. We'll see.
I'm kidding.
Do you think they have a Cracker Barrel?
I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't, but
well, they don't like.
Once you get too far north,
Major
it's hard to
cities.
find a lot of Cracker Barrels.
Not a single location in Vermont.
I bet they've been seeing my commercial though.
I bet they're building one.
Yeah. The Salt Lake City is not a very smoker friendly place, but I still sat out behind my hotel and had a cigar, and no one bothered me.
That's good.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
I like Salt Lake City because it's a big city, but yet it's not as congested and just
very nice. It's filled
face.
with good people.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Some other famous people from Vermont. John Deere.
Whoa.
Yeah, okay.
He was born in Vermont. I think he quickly moved, but
I don't know if I knew that was a real guy.
yeah.
Nothing runs like a deer. That's what they say. But
yeah.
It sounds like he got right up out of there.
Huh? Carlton Fisk.
All right. Yeah.
I know Wilson Fisk.
I don't know Wilson
That's the
Fisk.
kingpin.
You never seen the old clip, baseball clip of the guy in the Red Sox? He hits a home run and he's doing this. He's saying, stay fair, stay fair. You never seen that?
Nah.
That's Carlton Fisk. Pudge.
Yeah, Pudge. Brigham Young and Joseph Smith, both born in Vermont.
Wow.
I'll be at Wise Guys, May 16th. Oh, too late for that. But that's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
Different cities,
Right.
just both born there and
Wow.
moved soon after. Damon Wayans Jr., born in Vermont.
The Wayans.
Yeah, at least he was. And then Bernie Sanders was not born in Vermont, but he
Right.
spent most of his adult life there, which for him, that's a
Yeah.
long time. He was mayor of Burlington for
I think I knew
for
that.
8 years.
Yeah.
But he's the only person I could have associated with Vermont.
Yeah.
I didn't know Fish was from there.
He's their Dolly Parton. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the most signature person from each state.
which
And I
we
think
always.
for better or worse, I think Dolly Parton is Tennessee.
I think you're right, and I think, and we've talked about this on the podcast. There's two things you have to distinguish: is it the most famous person to those people who live there, or is it to the average person? Would they know they're from there? You know what I mean? Like Tom Cruise is from what, Syracuse?
Yeah.
But nobody knows that.
Right. Right.
So you got to like associate.
Well, Dolly Parton has Dollywood.
Dolly Parton,
And
yes.
and Gatlinburg is a major Tennessee spot.
Yeah.
I would agree, Dolly Parton. The other two famous people from Tennessee are also claimed by other states. Oprah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and she's claimed by like 3 states, and Elvis.
Yeah. And Elvis, I think of him. Isn't he
The native
Mississippi?
He's
Mississippi,
born in
yeah.
Mississippi.
Born in Mississippi.
But Graceland's in Memphis.
Yeah.
You
But
think of-
Memphis is barely hanging on.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
But if you talk about famous Tennesseans, people will often say Elvis.
Yeah.
And
just kidding about that, by the way.
yeah.
I got no,
Well, because of that
I
supercomputer.
got no laugh when I said
Well, I was just thinking about the supercomputer being built there
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you said it, and I
Yeah.
thought, well, that's going to be tough.
About all that fresh water being used. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. One other thing I thought of for Vermont, the TV show Newhart was based in Vermont.
Bob Newhart.
Bob Newhart, he had 2 shows, the Bob Newhart Show, where he was a psychiatrist.
And you can talk about him freely now because you've already killed him.
Okay. I guess that's true. And then the show Newhart, where he ran a bed and breakfast.
Oh, I've never heard
And
of
it
the show.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've never heard
Both
of it.
in
When was
Vermont.
this on?
No. The first one wasn't, but the second one about the
Bed and breakfast.
was set in, and it's shot in real life, Waybury Inn, at least the outside.
1982 to 1990.
Yeah,
Never
it was
heard of this.
It was a great show. I thought we've talked about it on the podcast. It has one of the best endings to any show ever. It was on for.
Oh.
Have you ever heard? This is Daryl, my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl.
Uh-huh.
That's from Newhart.
Okay.
But the ending is Bob Newhart waking up in bed. He's like, oh my gosh, I just had the worst nightmare ever, or worst dream. I dreamed I was blah, blah, blah. And he turns to tell his wife, and she turns the light on. It's his wife from his first show, his first sitcom. So the joke is obviously it was just all a dream.
Yeah.
And he's still, that's a great,
Was
I
the
think
whole
so.
show kind of slapstick like that? Like just kind of.
I don't think so. But I mean, Newhart was so funny, dry.
That's what people thought would be a great ending to Breaking Bad if he woke up as the Malcolm in the Middle dad.
That would be a different
had
take.
The weirdest dream.
Newhart was great. Had Tom Poston, I think. I can't remember who else.
Mary Fran.
I've seen the bed and breakfast one a bit, and it's funny.
Bob Newhart was very funny.
Yeah,
I remember I
had a couple of Bob Newhart albums.
He's so funny. I remember one of the therapists where the first one where he was a psychiatrist, I guess, and his patient leaves the office, and he's like, "Remember, you've got to be more decisive in your life." And then the elevator ring and 2 doors open at the same time, and the guy has to make a decision which one to go. It's a funny scene.
Yeah.
Bob Newhart was great.
Yeah, he was.
I probably should have read that comment that I skipped because we went through Vermont a little faster than I thought.
Let's read it now.
And that's no disrespect to Vermont.
There's a very popular podcast in Vermont called Rumble Strip. It focuses on society and culture. Rumble Strip.
Okay.
And it covers true life road crew workers, farmers.
I need to reach out to them. I got because my early shows in Vermont are sold out, but the late shows are not. So we got to get.
Do you think Rumble Strip would have a working man on?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Dusty, what are you going to do when you're in Vermont?
Well, when I go to a new city, I do like to,
explore,
especially if I'm downtown. I like to see, the town. And I mean, it's just, it seems
fall foliage, man,
just beautiful. It seems like my kind of place. And I like the heat. And that's what's hard for me about because Montana, I'd love to move to Montana. But it's all very wintry vibes, and I'm not so into the winter. But
what's the weather going to be this weekend?
I haven't looked.
I bet it's going to be nice.
I bet it's going to be beautiful because I was just,
rainy and 50.
It's going to be beautiful though.
Yeah.
High of 55, rainy. Saturday, high of 55.
I don't trust this kind of predictive because I go
the National Weather Service.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it all the time, like when considering going out to McMinnville, and then it'll be like, oh, it's going to rain all week, and then I find out it didn't rain at all.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, I could have been there doing it. So. Temperatures are usually fairly close, but I just feel like they have no idea what's going to happen with the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I was looking to see if I missed anything. Nothing really worth mentioning, I guess. Vermont, it's it's one of the tougher states to.
Well, I think the thing about a state like that, and I'm just figuring, but the thing, sometimes it's like there may not be a lot of details, and people leave there to find other opportunities. But for I'm just guessing here. I have no idea. But for quality of life, I got to think it's just amazing.
I bet it's one of the highest ranked quality of life states.
I would think so. I bet it's pretty expensive.
Probably one of the happiest.
Portland, Portland, Maine, I found to be a very good city. I liked it.
Yeah.
I've been there a couple of times now. I really like it. I just like a lot of those northeastern areas in that sense. Now,
New England.
I criticize Southern hospitality these days because I don't think it's what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But it is we do still have very friendly people, and I love the South.
For what it's worth, U.S. News and World Report says Vermont is the number 7 overall state in the union. It is number 1 in a metric they've called opportunity. I've yet to see what exactly that means, but it has the number 1 in opportunity. It's number 4 in crime. It's top 10 in infrastructure and natural environment. It's the number 7 overall state to live in the United States.
Hit us with let's go through this whole list. Can you give us 6, 7?
We can start at the top. I'm going to start. You have Utah number 1. I'm going to be wise guys.
Oh, you're going to start with number 1. Okay.
You're right.
No build up.
No build up. The real, we're going to wait on who's number 6.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's not about who's number 1. It's Utah. New Hampshire's number 2.
Okay. Never been to New Hampshire.
Idaho's number 3.
Never been to, I have been to Idaho. Loved it.
Yeah.
Boise, just went there.
Minnesota 4.
I don't think
Interesting.
That's true. I don't think that's true.
Huh.
Nebraska 5, and then number 6 is Florida.
Okay.
Florida is number 1 in education, number 1 in economy, number 2 in education. I didn't know that.
Florida's great. I mean, that's why I've always said the people that criticize Florida have never been there.
Nebraska number 1 in infrastructure. Well, that's because there's no bridges or hills in the whole state. So it's just
I like
flat
Nebraska,
roads.
but they did have a really big flood that knocked out a bunch of roads.
Was Vermont number 1 in anything?
Vermont was number 1 in opportunity.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which is
opportunity knocks.
Yeah. Oh jeez. Anyway, it's interesting. I've never seen the states ranked like this.
Yeah. I think I read
Good for
somewhere
Vermont.
it's one of the happiest states.
I think I think really you want to be low on that list, because being high on that list means
more people.
The people are coming, and the people that come are gonna ruin it. That's what they do everywhere. They come in, they ruin what they go. We hated our last state, and we want to move to this state, but when we get to the new place that's good, that we like, we'd like to change it to be a little bit more like our old state that we hate.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just ruin everything.
I agree.
People move to the South and they think we're all idiots, but somehow we've created this really great place to live.
I wish anybody who moved to Nashville in the last 20 years would go back where they came from. So I agree with you, Dusty.
The joke being that includes me and Dusty.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I moved here before it was.
I know Dusty always complains about the people. You
I
moved
did
here.
move here 11 years ago, though.
Well, that counts. It was already a booming city.
But
then.
I moved here from the South, and I didn't try to change anything. I assimilated into Nashville culture.
Post Malone.
Well, he came after me.
You're the Post Malone of comedy.
That's true.
after
That's a
me.
fair point. That's a fair point. He needs to assimilate to you.
No, he's trying to change country music.
Yeah.
I'm just becoming a regular old Nashvilleian.
Yeah. You're right.
Just trying to change comedy.
You're right. You're right.
Not even trying to change it. Just trying to have my own little spot in it.
Uh-huh.
You gotta, if you move to a place, you gotta assimilate, and because they have a culture that they've already created, and if you like it, you shouldn't want to change it because you like it. Just be that. Start saying y'all. Get into it.
I checked a few different lists, and all of them have Vermont right about number 30.
Okay, I guess I'm
in terms of overall happiness score.
I
So I don't know what that's all about. Y'all got to cheer up.
Well, I'll find out. I'll let you know.
The weather.
I'll let you know what's going. It could be weather.
Cheer up.
Yeah,
That's such.
Y'all got great fall foliage.
Yeah.
What's your
that
problem?
should be your stand-up catchphrase.
Save
Cheer
up.
up.
Cheer up.
Cheer up.
All right, Dusty, I want you to go to this lake. I want you to go to that world's tallest filing cabinet, go to Ben & Jerry's, buy some maple syrup.
Okay.
I think you're going to do it. I would actually be upset if you don't go see the filing cabinet. I mean, you can probably see it from your hotel. It's that close.
We can see the lake from his hotel. Probably.
I don't know where my hotel is yet. I don't, but I'll find out.
I assume you're doing well enough now. It's probably close to the venue.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
You're
Let
gonna be
me
on the
find
top
out
floor.
some
You're not
info.
doing Ignite hospitality rooms
No,
anymore.
I wish though.
Staying an hour away from the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, that's it.
Where are you guys going to be?
I'm off for, I got some corporates and some stuff like next public shows. I think
Public show. Remember when I got a bunch of flack for saying that?
Well, we know Brian is king of the private game.
I got a bunch of fundraisers coming up. The next one you folks can come to July 6th. I'll be at Good Nights Comedy Club in Raleigh, North Carolina.
I hear it's great. I've not done the new Good Nights.
Have you done it?
I hear it's great.
I did it the opening weekend. I did the small room the opening weekend.
I was at the small room last time. This time I'm in the big room.
Okay.
I wish I was in the small
That's
room.
what I'm talking about. Nah, it'll be great, dude. I heard there's a barber chair in the green room.
Really?
Isn't that cool?
That is
A
cool.
little fun stuff like that. Fall foliage there is great too.
So July 6th, I'm at Good Nights Comedy Club in Raleigh. Guys, don't laugh while I'm giving my dates.
I'm sorry.
It's a serious time. I'll just wait until Dusty's done.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
July 9th, I'm at the Comedy Catch in Chattanooga. I'm in the middle of my...
Sorry.
July 9th, Comedy Catch, Chattanooga.
There you go.
I hear they have a green room now.
The Dusty Slade Memorial Green Room.
Yeah.
So going back to Raleigh, going back to Chattanooga. It's first time in a couple of years. Don't know when I'll be back, so buy tickets now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Why will you not be back in a while?
Because they don't want to have me usually.
They told him.
I didn't want to say.
They told him. This is going to be the last time for a while.
Better be good.
What about you, Aaron?
I got a couple things I'll plug. Next week, I'm off this week. Could be working, but I'm off. Next week, I'm in Indiana. I'm in South Bend, Indiana. 2 shows. The first one's sold out. It's a place called the Stock Room East. I'm doing 2 shows. Appreciate that. Still some tickets to the late show. Then I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana on Sunday, June 1st at Summit City Comedy Club. I was just there with Nate at a slightly bigger venue. And so I'm coming back. There are right now, at the time of recording this podcast, 6 tickets left. Just like you. No, 6 tickets left. I did exactly what you did, Brian. I typed in 6 tickets available. I'm hoping, by the time this podcast comes out, that show will be sold out.
That's awesome.
South Bend and Fort Wayne. And the one other thing I want to plug, I haven't talked about it yet on this podcast, but my wife is putting on a big fundraiser show here at Zany's in Nashville for the Prader-Willi Association. It's a genetic disorder that our daughter was recently diagnosed with, and Lucy's way of, and my way, our way of kind of getting involved with all this is trying to give back a little bit. So we're putting on a great show. All the money goes to benefit the Prader-Willi Association for the United States.
That's awesome.
That's it'll be really good. And so you can go to it's called Prader-Silly. You get it?
Yeah.
It's called Prader-Willi.
Yeah.
Prader-Silly because it's going to be a silly time.
Is there a website?
Yeah.
Prader, dude.
Hot lineup, I understand.
It's going to be an unbelievable lineup. If I told the lineup, it would sell out immediately, but I can't. But go to pradersilly.com. All the details on there. So that's in October. It's a ways out, but Lucy's already raised $50,000.
Wow.
It's
awesome.
$50,000 already in less than a week. So it's gonna be a big thing.
Then Lucy just disappears. We never see her again.
Where'd all that money go? Aaron and Lucy skipped town, huh?
Do they even have a kid?
That would be crazy. No, so just keep an eye on that. I mean, that's a ways out, but just keep an eye on it. It's already cooking.
Yeah.
We did today in Nashville, Lucy and I together.
Yeah, it was great.
So it was it's fun. It's a really great thing that Lucy's putting together. So just want to throw that out
tickets.
there. Appreciate it.
Dusty.
I was hoping to get on the list.
We'll see if there's room.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'm in Vermont this weekend, Burlington, Vermont.
Oh, okay.
At,
I had no idea.
Vermont Comedy Club. For early shows are sold out. Late shows are not sold out. And,
what does it hold? Do you know?
Not enough for all 4 shows to not be sold out. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
But no, the early shows sold out like almost immediately.
That's cool.
To where I was like, okay, here we go. And then the late shows, and maybe it's just not, I'd like to say maybe it's not a late show town, but who knows?
Do you think you're a late show act? That's another consideration.
That's true.
Well, I already
could be
see
early.
one problem. The show starts at 7:30. Your second show is not going to get started till at least 11.
Well, with clubs though, I do keep it about an hour.
It's a one-man show.
Yeah, I do about an hour, and
but that second show
could go longer.
It could go to midnight.
Could go to midnight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
I like your new bio. Dustin.
I never know what bios are circulating.
Well, this is way better than your last one. You know what I mean?
What's it say? Long hair, tobacco, oversized glasses, and a trucker hat.
Dusty Slay is the self-effacing bourbon-voiced Southern comedian next door with a knack for observational blue-collar humor and the nerve to say what everyone else is thinking.
Oh.
I like that.
Yeah.
You remember your old one was like, it's like cornbread telling you jokes.
Yeah.
This is AI generated.
No,
the 40-year-old Nashville native. That's totally,
got the heart and soul of a human being.
Yeah,
right there.
3 years off on that age.
No, AI is not involved at all.
That.
Well, you don't have to get specific with the age every time. You don't go in and go.
Well, just say 39 then.
I'm in my 40s. You don't want to go in every time and go, this 41, this 42.
Oh, I love this, dude. You've updated your Opry credit. Look at that.
Yeah.
Making his Grand Old Opry debut in 2019, the youngest at the time.
Yeah.
I wonder who broke that record.
Yeah.
A couple months later.
By 10
think
years.
John Chris broke it, and then you came later and broke his.
Are you older than John Chris?
I think so.
Yeah, John's 41.
Wow.
Remember his 40th birthday party? That was so fun, wasn't it? One of the best nights of my life.
All right, I'm piecing it all together.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Go see Dusty the Late Show.
So, and then the next weekend, I'm going to take time off in June. But the next weekend, I'm going to do 3 California shows. I'm doing Modesto, California. I'm doing Bakersfield.
Nice.
And then I'm doing San Jose. So I got a 3-show run out in California the last weekend of May.
Okay.
So it's very exciting. And it's great. I have started to put my solo podcast online on YouTube. I don't have a lot of stuff going on with it. It's a 1-camera shot straight on, but I'm just trying to, just give the Dump Dusty guy a little something else. I blocked him on all other social platforms, and I feel bad about it. So I want him to be able to come there and dump Dusty from.
I got my own little Dump Aaron guy now. He's making waves too.
Seen it.
He's commenting everywhere I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's the first comment on my Tom Papa episode.
Oh yeah.
I was like, come on, dude.
I know.
I
Tom
get it
Papa's
now.
great, huh?
He was such a nice guy.
I love that.
And I ate
guy.
that whole loaf of bread that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave me a cigarette when I was on his,
Hey, really?
and I didn't smoke it, but I held it the whole time.
Did you get it framed or anything?
No, it felt good though.
Just to have it in your mouth?
I just holding it in my fingers.
Bruce did a whole special where he had a cigarette and he kept putting it to his mouth, never lit it.
Yeah.
Just the whole special. Just kept,
Bruce
what a cool
is
guy.
so great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it.
I didn't think we'd end the Vermont episode talking about Bruce, but I like it. I like it.
Bruce, famously from Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, guys. We did it, Vermont. We've done like 30-something states now. That's
wow. We're knocking through them.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, it's taken like 4 years.
5 years later.
Yeah.
I am excited to go to Vermont for many reasons. One, I think it's a very nice state, but also I am trying to knock the whole lower 48 off the list. I think all I've got left is South Dakota and New Hampshire after Vermont. I think that's it.
Yeah, I've got Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Hawaii.
Well, the
Wyoming,
lower 48. I don't count Hawaii and
Idaho.
Alaska.
What distinguishes them as the lower 48?
Well, it's just the ones.
Or the continental U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's, I don't know, I'm digging it.
But the lower 40, but that's not Alaska and Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's what we're counting.
Yeah, I know. All right. All right. That is it. Thank y'all so much. As always, we love you. None of this is lost on us.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Dusty.
No, I got nothing.
We'll see you next week. Bye.